Welcome back, friends. Today I want to share with you a beautiful book I got from the library. It's called Wise Craft Quilts, a guide to turning beloved fabrics into meaningful patchwork. And right off the bat, what I liked about this is that it gives you this picture of somebody hand tying this denim quilt, which I think is a brilliant idea, because one of the reasons that I don't make things with denim is because the idea of quilting it on my machine just gives me the shivers. So hand tying it solves that problem. And that would make an extremely sturdy, wonderful quilt. The foreword for this is by Denise Schmidt, and it says, "For every maker and reader who has ever told me about a special collection of fabric they hope to someday make a quilt with, that someday is today." So talk about seize the day, huh? And there are quite a few quilts in here that have embellishments. I love this one. Love those colors. And my favorite one of all, I think, is the Moo one on page 99. But there's another one that was such a great idea, because it solves the problem of when you have men's shirts. The truth is, I think just the majority of us that shop for men's shirts in the thrift store, we typically find light blue, white, gray, and medium or dark blue, and a lot of plaids. And this totally uses all those things in such a pretty, efficient way. It's an easy design, so a beginner could sew this. And in the end, you wind up with 65 by 78 inch quilt. So it's a nice little twin size quilt. And I'm sure if you're going to use men's shirts, it's going to feel so soft and cozy. So I really thought that was a great idea to show that. But this one is my favorite one. And it winds up being a wall hanging. And it uses the traditional Hawaiian quilting. The reason it's really different is because traditional patchwork is a quilt top that's like one piece of quilt, and then they hand applique the design on top. These designs are typically made, most of the time, if they're a print, it's usually made out of a really bright floral. But I've seen Hawaiian style quilts with just two colors too. And those are gorgeous. A matter of fact, I love the idea of having like a bright blue background and then just a lime green motif would be really pretty. But either case, you use needle turn applique, which it's easy. It's just that it's a little bit time consuming and tedious if you are someone who likes to get projects done quick. But something like this is just going to be a wall hanging. It could be one of those things that you keep on your lap and put and do in front of the TV at night for like a slow stitching project. And when you look at that, I mean, that's so dramatic and beautiful. So it just also makes me think of my mom. She used to sew easy projects like just, moo dresses and things like that on her Singer 404. And that's the machine I learned how to sew on. So it just reminds me of my mom. I could see her now walking around in one of her moo-moos. Before that was house coats. So this book has so many wonderful inspirational ideas in it, guys. Great. And you can even get this. This could even possibly be something you could get on Libby. So you don't even necessarily have to have the hardcover book in your hand. If you like to use the Libby app for your local library, you can do that. This is something I could see myself making. Love pine tree motifs. And then a cute little green and blue one in the middle, kind of being an individual and standing out. So obviously this was influenced by fall, autumn colors, but how pretty would that be with like a snowflake background and then different shades of blues for the trees? Beautiful. And this one is finished at 56 by 68. So, and the blocks are 8 by 12. So, I mean, looks simple enough. I could see myself making that one. So if you get this, if you take this book out, I know you'll enjoy it. This is all handkerchiefs. So pretty. And it's this one is like 76 by 95. So that's a nice quilt for someone who, if you have a long, tall Sally in your family, or a soft, short kitty. Either way. And it goes into, there's actually like a nice little mini lesson in here on value too. So, yep, go check it out, guys. Blair Stocker's Wise Craft Quilts, Guide to Turning Beloved Fabrics into Meaningful Patchwork. Also, I have been working on my paper piece blocks, just trying to practice and work the kinks out. And I have found that these ones down here, they're called Chinese Lantern, and it was tricky. They really challenged me. The ones above, which kind of look like they'd be more complex, were not. This group down here, every single one of them did not come out the way I thought it was going to look. So, but I did figure out that I do like, of all of them, I do like the solid reseating background behind them a lot. And then with this one, I liked the color combination the best. But yeah, that's been my project lately. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, and we'll see you later.